Grazie.
I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all. And I thank God every day for the girl he sent my way. But I know the things he gives he can take away. And I hold you every night. It's a feeling I wanna get used to. But there's no man who's terrified as the man who says to lose you. Oh, please say I want you, I need you.
That's only for coaches. To sit on the chair and looking at the videos. Oh, that's what we know. Yeah. And in the afternoon, 3 hours sleeping. This is what our
Tiana, did you figure it out?
Yeah, you'll lay and ask it.
Welcome to the FIS Ski Cross World Cup here in Montafon, Austria. It is a beautiful day in the mountains and a beautiful day for some thick and fast racing. My name is Sammy Kennedy. I am so pumped to be calling the action heat by heat today as our athletes are making their way closer and closer to the crystal globe. We have 32 male and 16 female athletes competing today in this head-to-head ski cross format. 4 athletes at a time, charging down the mountain, with the first 2 athletes across the line proceeding through to the next round of competition, all the way to a big final. Beautiful postcard views of the Vorarlberg region, the backdrop for today's fast racing. We have some athletes injured this season-ending injuries at our previous event, so we will not be seeing Timmy Roanek or Florian Wilmsman from Germany, and we will also not be seeing Kevin Drury of Canada this weekend. However, that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be some fast and furious racing here today. Reese Howden of Canada is holding on tight to the race for the overall, the coveted Crystal Globe. It is so great to have ski cross back racing in Austria and here in Montafon. As we take a look at the conditions today, the snow is soft. It is not too cold, -3, snow temperature of -4, and there are light snow flurries falling from the sky. It is going to be challenging today with that soft snow. Athletes reporting that some of the turns are deteriorating and breaking up with the sheer force of those athletes really charging through those turns. We're at quite a high elevation here, the start at 2100 meters. It is a tough race here in Montafon, but we are so pumped to be back. Great to see spectators lining up alongside the course, representing all nations. Whilst we're racing in Austria today, we've got fan clubs of Italian and Swiss athletes, Canadian athletes, all joining the party that is happening at the finish area. Well, we are just a few minutes away from the first round of men's heats in the 8 finals. After a fast qualification yesterday, our fastest qualifier was, by no surprise, Canada's Reese Howden in the men's.
We send 4 slippers down in the first turn. They will exit before the second turn, and then we bring them up with the ski dome. Because this first turn is not in a really good condition.
So there you hear it from the race director, Klaus Waldner. Managing slip crews today is going to be a big role of the organising committee and the FIS, but no doubt they will do an outstanding job. This is an absolute powerhouse nation when it comes to ski racing and facilities. In the women's side, we had Daniela Meyer, Olympic gold medalist, fastest qualifier, followed by Yoli Galli of Italy and Sandra Naslund of Sweden. But all eyes shortly will be on the first round of competition in the men's 8 finals. Here's a look at our brackets. Remembering that our fastest qualifiers are in red, then in green, blue, and in yellow. So Reese was first, Kilian was 16th, Dominic Zoich was 17th, and Caleb Barnum from Canada was 32nd, to give you an idea of how those colours are ranked from qualifying. And here we have the first of our 8 finals, men in the start gate, ready to kick off racing in Montafon for 2026. In the red, we have Reese Howden of Canada. In the blue, Dominic Zoich of Italy. In the green, Kilian Himmelsbach from Germany. And in the yellow, Caleb Barnum from Canada.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off with the first 8 final of the day. Reese Howden taking a pretty comfortable lead straight out of the gate, followed closely by Kilian Himmelsbach from Germany. As you can see, the snow is a little bit slower than yesterday's qualifying, so the athletes are having to work really hard to make the backside of those features and minimise any time that they are in a flat uphill section on those landings. We had reports from training today that drafting and overtaking were happening with the slow speeds today, so we should see some overtaking as we proceed through the heats and the competition gears up. But currently we have comfortably a train led by Reese Howden, followed by Himmelsbach, Barnum of Canada, and Zoich of Italy. Little case there for Reese Howden on that final jump, really showcasing how slow it is running with this soft new snow. So the athletes are going to have to adapt round to round and have faith that the slip crews are going to prepare this track as best as they can. The beautiful side of being an outside sport and at the hands of Mother Nature.
So, da sehen wir nochmal die Wiederholung hier von Lauf Nummer 1. Gleich gibt es das offizielle Ergebnis aus dem ersten Achtelfinale.
Great to see the return of some big airtime jumps into ski cross. It's a feature that the athletes have really been missing, and I'm sure have welcomed back the smiles on their faces after qualifying and the first training day. They couldn't wipe them off. They were so excited to come to this revamped Montafon track. Lots of gliding, lots of airtime. But a very comfortable win there in that first round from Reese Howden of Canada.
Und hier kommt gleich das offizielle Ergebnis für den Deutschen. Ein Riesenschritt, die nächste Runde, Top 16 beim Weltcup in Montafon für Kilian Himmelsbach. Und ganz links außen der Mann in Rot. The official results, Reese Howden, Canada. Kilian Himmelsbach.
And there's our official results. Howden and Himmelsbach making it through to the quarterfinals as we head back up to the top for 8 final number 2. In the red, Melvin Chiknavarian of France. In the green, Gil Martin of Switzerland. In the blue, Eduardo Zorzi of Italy. And in the yellow, Christopher Mahler of Canada.
Skiers ready. Attention.
Now that start gate can drop any time within 5 seconds from attention. So it's important that the athletes are ready and firing for that random gate drop. But Chris Mahler, defying the odds there in the yellow bib, slowest qualifier in this heat, is taking the lead and putting the pressure on Gil Martin from Switzerland, but doesn't quite get it. Oh, a little bit of rough and tumble there through the exit of turn 1 between Mahler and Chiknavarian, but Gil Martin is currently comfortably in the lead. Huge airtime there in that upper roller section for these athletes. There were some pretty cool passes in training on the lower dragon's back and over the final jump. Looks like we might have a good battle on for second place here between Mahler and Zoich. And it's going to be a photo finish. Let's wait to see. Is it going to be Zorzi or is it going to be Mahler making it through to the quarterfinals? Oh. And a crash for Chiknavarian with his airbag back protector going off there. Be interesting to see that on the replay. Really quite a technical long start section here with those mini Wu-Tangs, having to make athletes time their pole plans, decide whether they try and get an extra pole plan in and maybe be penalised if they make a mistake, miss time, the backside, land too soon, land too deep.
Getroffen hier diese Elemente, der Schweizer mit einer tollen, soliden Fahrt hier.
Well, we know Gil Martin from Switzerland has comfortably made it through. The question is it going to be quarterfinal appearance for Italy or for Canada? We'll wait to see the result of the photo finish.
Das war der falsche Heat, da haben wir den richtigen Heat jetzt. Hinten der Franzose in Rot geht da rechts raus und kommt da mit Mahler kurz zusammen. Kurzer Verkanter. Aber alles okay. We're waiting for the official result, ladies and gentlemen.
And waiting for that official result.
The question is who's proceeding. We got a warning. Where?
Looks like Chris Mahler's had a warning for deviating into and out of the race line. I'm assuming that was in the upper part of the track. But Zorzi from Italy is through to the quarterfinals, joining Gil Martin of Switzerland. And we head back up to the top for 8 final number 3. In the red, David Molberg of Sweden. In the blue, Elliot Picard of France. In green, Satoshi Furano of of Japan. And in the yellow, Florian Fischer of Germany. Taking a break from his podcasting to do a bit of ski racing today.
Skiers ready. Attention.
Very strong start from Sweden in the red bib. But he is being challenged by Furano, the Japanese, in the green. You can see that the timing of this start section is very, very critical, and what a crazy move there from Malberg off the end of that start section as he claims the lead ahead of Japan's Furano. Florian Fischer sitting in third and Pickard in fourth, but it is a train at the moment. We know that the turns are soft, so the overtaking is going to have to be precise and most likely in the air for these athletes. Now, the divide between these athletes in these opening rounds are quite wide. We have slow qualifiers racing against fast qualifiers, but as the heats proceed, the competition will get closer and closer. And we have Furano and Malberg making it through to quarterfinal number 2.
Sweden.
Satoshi Furano is really just skiing with such confidence this season. He has really stepped up, great Olympic performance, and just backing it up, backing up, backing up. Great to see Japan back in the mix as contenders. We wait for that official result. There we have it. Satoshi Furano and David Malberg making their way through to quarterfinal number 2. And up to the start, 8 final number 4 in the red, Alex Fever of Switzerland. In the green, Eric Malberg of Sweden. In the blue, Christoph Danksmüller from Austria. And in the yellow, Roman Detra of Switzerland. Fever currently holds the record for the most World Cup podium placings of any male athlete. He's finished in the top 3 on 39 occasions. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Attention.
And we are off with 8 final number 4. No surprises that Alex Fever, the veteran Swiss, currently bronze medalist from the games in Milan Cortina, fighting for that hole shot into the first turn with Malberg. But he managed to fend him off. Malberg slips back into second, but he does have Danksmüller of Austria hot on his heels. As we get into the meat of the course now, through this upper roller section, through some big airs, this is where anything can happen and things may change. We can see that Malberg's getting a little squirrely as they enter the negative turn. They're having to maintain some good flight, but not fly too high. They don't want to be too high on those jumps and slow themselves down. Alex Fever is comfortably in first through to semi-final, as well as Eric Malberg from Sweden will be joining him.
Chance daran zu kommen. Da war vielleicht die Tür offen auf dem Dragonback für Christoph Danksmüller bei der Ausfahrt in diese negativ.
Great skiing from Alex Fever and Eric Malberg to make their way through to quarterfinal number 3. As we head back up shortly to resume with 8 final number 5. Let's have a look at our quarterfinal brackets for round 1. Howden, Martin, Himmelsbach and Zorzi. And Fever, Malberg, Ferrano, and Malberg. The brothers from Sweden will be competing against each other in that quarterfinal. As we head up to the start now, in the red from Canada, Jared Schmidt. In the green from France, Evan Klufts. And in the blue, also from France, Nicolas Raffort and Alexis J in yellow.
Skiers ready. Attention.
Very solid start there from Jared Schmidt, getting a little back seat though through the midsection of the second Wu-Tang, and he's now moved into second place, fighting with Nicolas Raffort of France into the hole shot position, and Jared Schmidt takes it back, having to work these rollers really hard with that soft snow layer sitting on top. If athletes deviate from the race line, it is going to be slower for them today. Oh, that silence you can hear when they're in the air. It's just beautiful. Great to have big air time back in ski cross. Lots of work to be done on these rollers here in the upper section. Oh, flat landing there by Raffort and Klufts. But it looks like it's going to be Jared Schmidt and Nicolas Raffort making their way through to the quarterfinals.
Jared Schmidt, Canada, and second, Raffort from France.
Jared Schmidt was really fast to this first start feature and then just did not nail the backside of it, and that was what gave him a little bit of problems here. However, he managed to regain his composure and get a couple of extra poles in by the end of the start section and claim that hole shot position into turn one. So that helped him take control or regain control of the heat there. Impressive skiing from Nicolas Raffort, who went from fourth into second, even with that huge case there, landing about a meter short.
So, da sind wir nochmal den Zielsprung rein. Davor der Fehler von Klufts. Beim Step Down, da war zu kurz.
Apologies, that was Klufts in the green, not Raffort.
Jared Schmidt aus Canada proceeding to quarterfinals. Red Schmidt and blue Raffort. Congrats, gentlemen. Wir schauen zum Achtelfinale.
As we head back up to the start for 8 final number 6. In the red from Austria, Adam Karpacha. In the green from Germany, Jonas Barker-Staldinger. In the blue from Great Britain, Ollie Davies. And in the yellow from Switzerland, Lucas Richard. Great to see Ollie Davies in the mix here. Hopefully he can deliver a good performance here today.
Attention.
Always a lot of pressure on the Austrian athletes for a home World Cup. Let's see if Adam Karpacha can get it done here today, as he's sitting in second place currently through the start section behind Jonas Barker-Staudinger. A little overshoot there on the end of the start section. Aggressive line taken there by Karpacha, who moves into third place. Lucas Richard from Switzerland sitting in second, putting the pressure on Staudinger from Germany. Seems like Ollie Davies is stuck in traffic there in fourth place. Just needs to find an opportunity, maybe be a little bit patient, focus on executing the backside of those transfers or transitions. Oh, that's not going to help him do a couple of extra turns into the negative turn. But so far, it looks like Staudinger is in first, with a battle happening here between him and Karpacha. And it's going to be Karpo that takes the lead, and Staudinger that takes second place in that 8th final.
Wow, Gratulation! Und Jonas Staudinger ist mit dabei. Ärgerlich für Lucas Richard der Schweiz. Der 8. unten verschränkt in dieser Negativkurve. Da schauen wir, da nimmt er den weiten Weg und der Capo trifft da perfekt. mit der engen Linie durch, nimmt viel Geschwindigkeit mit und holt sich sogar am Ende noch den Deutschen Jonas Bachel-Staudinger.
And there we have the official result. Adam Karpatra and Staudinger heading through to the quarterfinals, which will be coming up shortly as we move back up to the start for 8 final number 7. In the green, Yuri Duplessis Pergamon from France. Simona Deramidas, Olympic champion, is in the red. Federico Tomasoni, silver medalist at the Olympics, is in blue, and Terence Chiknavarian in yellow from France.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off and racing with 8 final number 7. Deramidas is on fire this season, carrying confidence into and through and after the Olympic Games. Great racing in Serbia by him last week. Very challenging conditions there too. Little back seat in the entry to that first turn. Chiknavarian is currently sitting in 4th. Trailing behind Duplessis is putting the pressure on Deramidas, and our silver medalist Tomasoni is sitting in 3rd. Looks like they're trying to line up and overtake, but just kind of not ever getting close enough or maximising their speed enough to actually get the pass done. I think most passes we've seen so far in these early heats have been over the finish jump or into the finish line. But this looks like it'll be a comfortable win for Simona Deramidas of Italy and Yuri Duplessis from France. A little touching of the skis there between Duplessis and Deramidas. Looks like they're able to stay on their feet though, which is good.
Finish line in first, Olympic champion Simona Deramidas from Italy. Second, Yuri Duplessis from France. And the official result, coming in, proceeding to quarterfinals. Congratulations, Deramidas, Italy, and Duplessis from France.
And there's our official result. Deramidas and Duplessis moving through into the quarterfinals. We have one more 8 final waiting to get going up the top. In the red from Switzerland, Ryan Reges. In the green from Switzerland, Tobias Bauer. In the blue from Switzerland, Jonas Lenher. And in yellow from Austria, Johannes Aeski. In the starters' hands for 8 final number 8.
Attention.
Well, all eyes will be on Switzerland here. Ryan Reges taking a commanding lead over the first start section. Wow, he's done that so smooth. Athletes getting a little bit of a skate in before the final start feature. A good battle happening between Bauer and Aeski for second, but it is Bauer that takes second into the first turn. Ryan Reges from Switzerland is just building his lead. He is running his own race today as they head through the bank turns into this nice long air. This is an absolute drag strip down here. What a floater that jump is. Technical rollers up here. Athletes got to work really, really hard as they come into the lowest section of the course. Passing opportunities here through the negative turn. Athletes struggling to make that landing, but those boys seem to do it quite nicely. And it looks like it's going to be Ryan Reges and Tobias Bauer moving through. What an upset for Austria, not having Aeski go through in that round. Swiss athletes are part of a huge and very successful team, so it's no doubt that they're so used to skiing together that, you know, Tobias Bauer's mindset was probably like, right, Ryan's out in front, he's going to stay there. I just need to make sure that I'm as close to him as possible. I've done this 100 times in training.
Schmidt rein, rechts. Ausschwingen, meine Damen und Herren. Da wird Skifahren auch gelebt. Mit der Lauberhorn. Rechts. Auf der 1. Tobi Bauer.
We wait for the official result.
Auf der 2. Der Wahl.
And there's a confirmation. So we have our quarterfinal number 2, Jared Schmidt, Adam Kapatra, Jonas Barkel-Staudinger making up that heat, and then Ryan Regis, Deramidas, Duplessis, and Bauer making up the back end of those quarterfinals. Competition is going to get spicier and spicier as we get closer to the final, but now it is over to the women's for quarterfinal number 1. Fastest qualifier of the day was Daniela Meyer, closely followed by Yoli Galli of Italy and then Sandra Naslund. A real surprise, best quality result so far for Veronika Redder of Germany, who qualified in 4th. In this first heat, we have Daniela Meyer of Germany in red, Marielle Berger-Sabatel in green, Jade Griller-Albert in blue, and Leonie Barkel-Staudinger in yellow.
Attention.
Now, we saw in the men's opening rounds that they were having some problems making some of the landings, so the women are going to have to work a little harder, being a little bit lighter than the male athletes making their way down this course. But we have Daniela Meyer entering the first turn in the whole shot position, followed closely by Marielle Berger-Sabatel. But her teammate Jade Griller-Albert is hot on her heels. Very clean skiing here from Daniela Meyer, staying nice and compact, technically letting the ski run do its job, not fighting it. Managing those features, managing the transitions of these rollers and these jumps is all a mental game. Coming up a little short there on the last jump. I'm sure that the ladies will adjust that heading into the semi-finals, but it will be Daniela Meyer and Marielle Berger-Sabatel heading on to semis.
Da sind wir auch nochmal bei diesem Step-Down, da war ich einen Tacken zu kurz, schade über der. Das war die letzte Chance, nochmal die Geschwindigkeit zu generieren, um da vielleicht nochmal an Teamkollegin Marielle Berger-Sabatel ranzukommen. Ist nicht gelungen, weshalb Marielle Berger-Sabatel.
There we have the confirmation. Daniela Meyer of Germany and Marielle Berger-Sabatel of France making it through to semi-final number 1. As we watch the racing really heat up. In quarterfinal number 2, we have our top qualifier in this heat, Veronika Redder from Germany wearing that red bib. Hannah Schmidt of Canada is in green. Tiana Gans of Canada is in blue. And 16 Kazan of Switzerland is in yellow.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off with quarterfinal number 2. Very, very good start from Hannah Schmidt. Looking for some redemption after last week's races in Serbia. Fastest qualifier in this heat, Veronika Redder, is sitting in second, but she does have Tiana Gans of Canada hot on her heels, who will be looking for any opportunity to make a pass. Hannah Schmidt is so comfortable out in front. You can tell that she is just running her own race. as they come into this nice big air. Staying nice and smooth on the feet. You can hear when she lands, there's not a big slap. She lands with precision, gently, and that's what allows the ski to really continue to accelerate through the turns, through the features, and ultimately across that finish line. She was so comfortable in first place, but it's a battle for second here, and it looks like Veronica Reda has got it just ahead of Tiana Gans of Canada. Well done, Hannah. Well done, Veronica.
Aus für Tiana Gern und auch für 17 Cruiser aus der Schweiz.
Yep, that's the confirmation that we needed. Veronica Reda securing her place into the semi-finals and a race for the top 8.
Veronica Reda macht den Sprung in die nächste Runde, respektive ins Halbfinale. Gratulation, Veronica Reda, Deutschland. Hannah Schmidt, Canada, proceeding to semi-finals in Montafon. Wir gehen hoch an den Start, Viertelfinale, Nummer 3 steht an. In blau, Salina Johnson, bei aus der Schweiz.
Here's a look at our first semi-final bracket. 2 Germans, a Canadian and a French woman. As we head back to the top for quarterfinal number 3. In the green bib from Canada, Marielle Thompson. In the red from Sweden, Sandra Naslund. In the blue from Switzerland, Talina Gartenbein. And in the yellow, homegirl from Austria, Christina Fodemeyer.
Skiers ready. Attention.
Really strong start from Sandra Naslund. She has just been dominating almost every start this season, and she is putting meters between herself and Marielle Thompson. And it really does look like it's going to be a battle for 3rd and 4th between Gartenbein and Fodemeyer. Marielle Thompson has some work to do, though, to catch up to Sweden's Sandra Naslund. Gartenbein of Switzerland is chasing Marielle Thompson from Canada down. You can tell this drone footage just how floaty and flowy this track is. The athletes contributed to a great, pretty cool clip on Instagram this week. You should go check it out on the FIS Ski Cross Instagram page of what it feels and what it sounds like racing on this track. And it's going to be a battle for a photo finish, and it looks like Talina Gartenbein has just got Marielle Thompson. What an upset. What an upset for Marielle Thompson, but what a great opportunity for Talina Gartenbein.
Sehen wir nochmal die Ziellinie. Wow, wie die hier mit Geschwindigkeit rauskommt. Talina Gartenbein, und hier kommt das offizielle Ergebnis. Official results. Sandra Naslund, Sweden in red.
There we have it. Sandra Naslund and Talina Gartenbein moving through to the semi-finals. Tough luck for Christina Fodemeyer of Austria at her home World Cup. But we have one more women's quarterfinal to go. And in the green from Sweden, Linnea Moberg. In the red from Italy, Jolie Galli. In the blue from Switzerland, Saskia Lack. And in the yellow from Japan, Lin Nakashini.
Skiers ready.
quarterfinal is off. Saskia Luck from Switzerland is putting on a good fight here from the blue bib, as she's moving into hole shot position. Got a bit of a battle happening between Jolly Galley and Linnea Moberg. Jolly Galley is going to try and control that turn, but she can't. The young Moberg has been watching her brothers, and they want to get that turn right, and she nailed it. She shut the door, didn't let anybody push her out of the way. But she does have a very fast eye-tie on her heels. Oh, and Moberg just blew that one up and exited the course briefly, and that's cost her so much time in speed. And Galley has moved from second into first ahead of Saskia Luck. And it's going to be Jolly Galley and Linnea Moberg making a late-term surge there after a bit of a bingle in the middle section. Shows that draft and overtake is in play over that final dragon, out of the last turn and over that final jump.
Und rettet am Ende eine Zehntel an der Ziellinie. Und somit Julgali aus Italien und Linnea Moberg aus Schweden eine Runde weiter. Sie stehen im Halbfinale. Semifinal for Julgali, Italy, and Linnea Moberg, Sweden.
There we have our final semi-final has been determined. Jolly Galley, Sandra Naslund, Linnea Moberg and Talina Gartenbein will be in semi-final number 2. And quarterfinal number 1 in the red, Reese Howden from Canada. In the green, Gil Martin from Switzerland. In the yellow, from Italy, Edoardo Zorzi. And in the blue, from Germany, Kilian Hemmelsbach. Now the racing is going to get tighter and tighter. But Reese Howden is just dominating that start. He is putting meters between him and Gil Martin, who's currently sitting in second place from Switzerland. Bit of a battle here from Zorzi in the back. Looks like he got a little jack there through that first turn, but he's recovered nicely. Oh, this drone footage is so good, giving you a real opportunity to see how tight that racing is. You know, it's probably only a second between Hemmelsbach. There we go, 0.8 of a second between Hemmelsbach and Howden. Just shows you what that distance actually looks like. When we see times, you can think a second is such a long time, and in reality it's so close. As Reese Howden and Gil Martin comfortably take 1 and 2 in quarterfinal number 1.
Nice run, well done. Sped up a little bit more that run. Sorry? A little faster. Yeah.
Somit haben wir schon mal die ersten beiden Halbfinalisten, nämlich Reese Howden aus Kanada und Gil Martin aus der Schweiz, proceeding to semifinals. Howden, Canada und Martin aus der Schweiz, Switzerland. Congratulations. Wir kommen schon zum Viertelfinale Nummer 2. Alex Lieber aus der Schweiz, Karlsruhe, Japan.
And we have quarterfinal number 2 in the red, Alex Fever of Switzerland. In the green, David Malberg of Sweden. Satoshi Furano of Japan is in blue, and Eric Malberg is yellow, racing his brother David. Can the Swedish brothers make it through this heat together and perhaps all the way to the final? Looks like David Malberg is in the lead currently, with Satoshi Furano sitting on his outside in second, and Fever is sitting on the inside, makes the pass on Furano. That was a bit of expertise there. He's done that one before. And now David Malberg finds himself the hunted. And his brother Eric has got so much speed, he's just overtaken from fourth into third. He's putting the pressure on Alex Fever. I'm not sure if Alex knows that he's there. We've seen a couple of passes here through this lower section. Alex Fever needs to get these landings right. Oh, it's going to be a tight photo finish. We'll need to wait and see.
Watch out, a photo finish between Switzerland and Sweden. Wir warten das offizielle Ergebnis hier aus dem Finale.
And we wait for that official result, the result of that photo finish. Who's going to be making it through to quarterfinal number 2? Sorry, semifinals.
Etwas knapper als gedacht zwischen den beiden Herren Malberg und Fever. Gleich gibt das Foto eingespielt. Wer hat den Finger vorne? Es zählt ja das erste Körperteil. Oh, da ist Alex
And it's
Fever.
going to be David Malberg and Alex Fever moving through into the semifinals.
Und somit Erik Malberg in Gelb auf der dritten Position. Halbfinale für Alex Fever, Schweiz. David Malberg, Schweden, semifinal. Malberg, David, and Alex Fever, congratulations.
As we head back to the top, we're going to check out who's in quarterfinal number 3. As we have quarterfinal number 3 in the gate. Jared Schmidt of Canada is in red. Jonas Valkel-Staudinger in blue. Nicholas Raffort of France is in yellow. And Adam Kapacha of Austria is in green. Bit of a slow start there from Capo. Not ideal for him, trying to put himself in a semi-final position. But currently in the lead, looks like we have Jared Schmidt of Canada, then Nicholas Raffort of France, Jonas Staudinger of Germany, and Capo trying to find some speed in the green bib. Jared Schmidt is skiing this section so beautifully. It's going to be Jared Schmidt and Nicholas Raffort that are moving through to the semis. And ultimately a race for the place in the big final will be up for grabs. Not sure about this year, but historically at this great venue of Montafon, They have a cool concert happening in the town square, and the prizes for prize giving are cowbells, which is a pretty cool trophy for one to have on their trophy shelf at home.
There we go with the official results coming in, ladies and gentlemen. From France and in red.
And Schmidt and Raffort moving through to the semis.
Semi-finals. Congratulations, gentlemen.
We have one more men's quarterfinal coming up. In the red from Switzerland, Ryan Regers. In the green, Olympic champion Simona Deramidas. In the blue from France, Yuri Duplessis-Courgomont. And in yellow, also from Switzerland, Tobias Bauer.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off with quarterfinal number 4. Ryan Regers looking pretty comfortable on that inside line. He's got the Olympic champ just on his outside. If he can fend Deramidas off, he has the control into this first turn. We know that that is something that the athletes do like to focus on, winning that first turn. But remembering through these early rounds, doesn't matter where you come, it just needs to be first or seconds to move it through to the next round. Really good adjustment there from Ryan Regers, not going for the double, just pressing the rollers, absorbing them one at a time. But it looks like it's going to be an easy semi-final through for Ryan Regers and Simona Deramidas.
Eine Runde weiter. Halbfinale. Semifinal.
Sorry, my pole got caught, Timo.
Deramidas, Italy. Die zwei Olympiasieger. Also eine Runde weiter. Der eine aus dem Jahr 2022 in Peking, der andere ist Italiener zu Hause in Livigno vor 3 Wochen. Dominieren also dieses Viertelfinale und steigen direkt auf in das Halbfinale der besten 8.
And there's our official result of this men's quarterfinal number 4. Ryan Regers and Simona Deramidas will be moving on through to the through to the semi-finals. I'll get it right by the end of the night, promise. As now we'll be moving back into the women's competition, the women's semi-finals. Here's a look at the men's semi-final brackets on that lower half. Coming up, we have the women's semi-finals. First 2 athletes through in the semi-final make the big final. Second 2 athletes get an opportunity to race for 8th, 7th, 6th or 5th in the small final. And in this semi-final number 1, Daniela Maya is in red, Veronica Reda is in green, Berger Sabatel of France is in yellow, and Hannah Schmidt of Canada, she's in blue. She was super fast last race. Last heat, Daniela Maya looking super strong too as they come through the end of the start section. Hannah Schmidt is a little bit ahead of Daniela Maya, but Daniela Maya does have the better line entering this opening turn. And yep, she gets to reclaim control of the heat. Schmidt sitting in second. Berger Sabatel is in third and Reda sitting in 4th. Huge jump there for the ladies. They're going so beautifully on this track. Looks so much fun. A little battle might present itself here between Berger Sabatel and Hannah Schmidt as they enter the lower section of the track. A little pace there from Berger Sabatel. That's not going to help her get that overtake. And she doesn't do it. But it's a good day for Hannah Schmidt, who moves on through to the big final with Daniela Meyer.
Anna Schmidt, Finale 4, Marielle Bergschießt, Martell aus Frankreich und Veronika Röder aus Deutschland.
I saw I could see your ski. I was like, oh no.
And there's the confirmation of our result. Into the big final is Meyer and Schmidt, and into the small final is Sabatel and Redder. And we head back up for semi-final number 2 in the women's. Sandra Naslund is in green. Jolie Galli is in red. Linnea Malberg is in blue. And Talina Gartenbein is in yellow.
Skiers ready.
We know that Sandra Naslund and Galli are both strong starters, strong turners. There could be a good battle going on here for the win in this semi-final. No surprises that Sandra Naslund is just fields ahead of the competition, but Jolie Galli is sitting in third, but she has the young Swede, Linnea Malberg. She's hot on her heels too. Good flight there from all the ladies as they enter the roller section. Get a little bit of a break in the air when it's a nice long floating jump like that. Time to take a breath, and then it's back into working all those rollers. It's going to be a big battle here for second place, but it looks like Jolie Galli has got it. Sandra Naslund in the big final with Jolie Galli. It'll be a spicy women's final with Hannah Schmidt, Galli, Naslund and Meyer.
Gartenbein, aber leider am Ende mit zu wenig Endgeschwindigkeit als Dritte über die Ziellinie. Big final.
And there's the result of our semi.
Italy, congratulations.
Let's have a look at the big and small final brackets. There we have it. Small final and big final coming up. But up next is the men's quarterfinals. Sorry, men's semi-finals. Really spicy semi-final number 1. Could be a podium on any given day. The athletes that are in this semi. Reese Howden, Alex Fever, David Malberg and Gil Martin. Proceed with the next heat, they say. Let's get ready to race this semi-final here in Montafon.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off and racing with men's semi-final number 1. A very good start from Jared Schmidt there in, Reese Howden in the red. Getting all my Canadians mixed up today. Fever in the green, looking to comfortably place himself in second and stay hot on Reese's heels, protect his spot in that big final. But we have David Malberg, who is hot on his heels, as well as Gil Martin of Switzerland. athletes having to work so hard through those rollers and then hang on and be as clean as possible through the negative turns.
Aber dieses Mal kein Fotofinish. Dieses Mal ist es Alex Schieber, der sich hier 700 behauptet. Gratulation, Reese Howden als erster hier im Ziel. Alex Schieber als zweiter.
Well done to Reese Howden and Alex Fever, making it through to yet another big final. Reese Howden has got the most World Cup wins of any ski cross male athlete. Last week he had his 23rd victory in Serbia. Can he make it number 24 today? That's what he'll be trying to do. David Malberg and Gil Martin will be in the small final, but now it's all eyes on semi-final number 2. Ryan Reggers is in red, Jared Schmidt is in green, Simona Deramidas is in blue, and Nicholas Rufford, he is in yellow. Current world champion, current Olympic champion, previous Olympic champion, all in this heat. And we've got Ryan Reggers, who is in the lead ahead of Deramidas from Italy. There is a bit of a battle happening at the front of the pack here. Ryan Reggers needs to remain composed here and not let the Frenchman overtake him through this last turn. Oh, but he doesn't quite do it. It's going to come down to a photo finish if he's lucky. But it looks to me like it's going to be Nicholas Rufford and Simone Deramidas.
Simone Deramidas, Italy. Nicolas Rufford, France, small final for Reggers, Switzerland and Canada.
Und jetzt nehmen wir wieder Speed, gehen wir in die Hocke und hier ist wieder vorbei.
Great to hear spectators cheering athletes on from alongside the course. The ski area is open. And it's, Jesus, looking good and wintry.
Hier gibt es das offizielle Ergebnis für das zweite Halbfinale. Simone Deramidas aus Italien und Nicolas Rufford aus Frankreich. Starten ins große Finale auf einem Herren-Finale für.
It's a quick turnaround now for these athletes and for their staff who are waiting at the top with hopefully a fresh pair of fast skis.
Vier Heats stehen noch oben, meine Damen und Herren.
Four more rounds of racing today here in Montafon. If you're just joining us, welcome to the FIS Ski Cross World Cup here in the beautiful Vorarlberg region. Montafon is the ski resort, and it is an absolute picturesque place to be. And what a day for some ski cross action. Coming up shortly, we will have the women's small final. That is the race for 5th to 8th place. Then followed by the women's big final, the battle for 1st to 4th, and then it will be the men's turn.
Für den kurzen Moment, bis die Damen und Herren wieder oben sind, und dann steigen wir gleich ein in das kleine Finale bei den Damen. In die Plätze 5, 6, 7 und 8. Two moments, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the sun, a better rest, and we're ready for a small final for women. For the positions 5, 6, 7, and 8.
All right, Small final. That's going to be up first, the race for 5th to 8th place. And then the big final, the podium decider, shortly following that. And then we get to do it all over again with the men's. VIP section is going off down the bottom. All right, in the red, Veronica Redder of Germany. In the green, Lindau Moberg of Sweden. In the blue, Marielle Berger-Sabatel. And in the yellow, Talina Gartenbein of Switzerland. This could be anyone's race here.
Attention.
Very strong start from Redder in the red bib from Germany. Berger-Sabatel is trying really hard to fight her way across from that less than ideal gate selection. But she's a great alpine skier, so I'm sure she's going to absolutely dominate some of these bottom turns and hopefully put herself into a contending podium spot. She's just been overtaken, by the looks of it, by Lindau Moberg in the green from Sweden. Watched her brothers get it done earlier, perhaps taking some motivation from them. There we have it. Marielle Berger-Sabatel and Lindau Moberg are 5th and 6th in today's race. Great sports here. So watch that action replay. I think the Swede's got it. Yes, she does. Marielle Berger-Sabatel and Lindau Moberg moving through to the big final. All right, now big final. Yoli Galli of Italy is in green. Daniela Meyer, Olympic champion, is in red. Sandra Naslund of Sweden, she's in blue. And Hannah Schmidt of Canada, well, she is in yellow.
Skiers ready. Attention.
And we are off and racing with the women's big final here in Montafon. It is an extremely speedy start there from Sandra Naslund, but Daniela Meyer is getting in a couple of extra pole plants and putting the pressure on. Great to see Hannah Schmidt currently moving into second position from that yellow bib. She just needs to stay cool, calm, and collected to make it through this. Daniela Meyer is putting the pressure on her, trying to go for an overtake in that bank turn, but she just gets it done over this huge air section. There's plenty of opportunity here for Hannah Schmidt to move up. She just needs to put herself in a position where she can actually do so. Sandra Naslund still in first. Daniela Mai is in second. Linnea Malberg, she is in third. And Hannah Schmidt is currently in fourth. Well done, Sandra Naslund.
Dani Meyer, Platz 2. Jordani auf der 3.
Yeah, there was like shit, it's too tight for that turn. Oj, så viktigt.
Today was Daniela Meyer's 100th World Cup start. What a way to celebrate with a silver medal around your neck. Really beautiful skiing there from Sandra Naslund. Looking forward to hearing what she has to say in a little post-race interview in the finish area coming up. There we have it. We are just waiting for that official confirmation of the result.
Platz 2 hier in Montafon geht nach Deutschland. Dani Meyer.
Daniela Meyer.
Aus Italien. Jolle Galli.
All right, here's a look at our final rankings from today's race. Sandra Naslund takes the lead. Daniela Meyer is in second, and rounding out your podium is Jolie Galli of Italy.
Now? Cool. Sandra, congratulations. You keep collecting wins like other do souvenirs. What's going to be your souvenir for the 47th win?
I don't know. It was a pretty tough race today, and the turns was I was struggling in the turns, but managed to keep the speed, and it was a close one, but really cool with another victory.
Yeah, Dani breathing down your neck on the last jump. How nervous were you?
Yeah, I could feel her into the last turn or over the dragon's back. So I tried to take a little tighter line into the turn, and then just to ski perfect down there.
You still have a chance to fulfill the 50 wins milestone this season. Is this in your head? What's the plan?
I don't know. For me, a big goal is the overall, so just keep on focusing race after race, and then we'll see after Gällivare who will take the globe.
Thank you and enjoy. Congrats to your win.
Thank you.
Great to hear from today's champion. Sandra Naslund said that she is on the hunt for that crystal globe. She wants to make sure that it is hers. As we move now to the men's part of the competition, this is the final part of the competition for today. Small final and big final. We have 8 competitors left to compete. 2 rounds of super duper tight racing. First up will be the men's ski cross small final. That is the race for 5th to 8th position on the result sheet. In the small final, in the red, we have Ryan Reggers. In the green, Jared Schmidt. In the blue, David Malberg. And in the yellow, Gil Martin.
Skiers ready. Attention.
Wow, what a great start there by David Malberg, the Swede. He was so smooth through that start section, but the pressure is on. Jared Schmidt looking like he's trying to capitalize on that pole shot, and he does. He moves from third abreast into first. You can hear that the snow's changing. It's starting to get firmer. The track's running better. Huge press here on that big floater jump. We've got a battle for first and second coming on right now. Gil Martin of Switzerland is taking the lead from Jared Schmidt. So they are racing for 5th to 7th and 8th place. Who's going to be? Gil Martin in 5th, Jared Schmidt in 6th. David Malberg, he is in 3rd, so he'll be 7th. And Ryan Reges of Switzerland, he was in 8th. Well, we're waiting for the official result of that men's small final. There it is. Gil Martin is in 5th, Jared Schmidt in 6th, David Malberg is in 7th, and Ryan Reges of Switzerland, he is in 8th.
Jared Schmidt 6th, David Malberg in 7th, Ryan Reges in 8th.
All right, here we are, the big dance, the meat of the competition. Coming up, men's ski cross finals here in Montafon. In the yellow from France, Nicolas Raffort. In the blue from Italy, Simone Deramidas. In the green from Switzerland, Alex Fever. Last but not least, in the red, it is Reese Big Rig Rowden. You can see that the snow is starting to fall on these gentlemen, but it's no matter.
Skiers ready.
And we're in the starters' hands.
Attention.
And they're off and racing for the men's big final. Simone Deramidas has a huge start there. But wow, look at Reese Howden. He is just absolutely dominating this from start to finish. So it's really going to be about who sits on the podium with him. Is it going to be Deramidas? Is it going to be Fever? Is it going to be Nicolas Raffort? That drone footage really gives you a good indication of just how fast the athletes are traveling. In ski cross, it's roughly 60 to 70 kilometers an hour on average. There might be really, really fast courses and really, really slow courses. When I was doing my shopping, Reese Howden absolutely dominating that final. Sorry, I had a little bit of a technical glitch there through to the finish. Reese Howden is just absolutely dominating this season. That Crystal Globe hunt is totally on for him.
An der 14. Position. Da sind wir nochmal einen Sprung rein ins Ziel. Johnny ist außen im großen Finale und auch jetzt gleich im Anschluss für die Siegerehrung. Und wir hoffen, dass wir noch bei uns bleiben und für Stimmung sorgen, meine Damen und Herren, denn gleich gibt es wieder mit der besten Preis, meine Damen und Herren. Hier kommt aber das offizielle Ergebnis hier ist vorbei. Er folgt sich mit der Montafon und der Sonne. Reese Howden aus Kanada. Congratulations, World Cup winner in Montafon. Canada, Reese Howden.
It was hilarious actually seeing what the entry of turn 1 looked like.
Yeah.
And the entry that negative.
It was almost easier without seeing.
Yeah,
So
like
should I have it?
Bitch down here.
For your victory 24, and you won the test event of the World Champs next year. How important was this one?
Well, you know, it was good. Like, I'm definitely not thinking about the World Champs or anything like that, but you know, it was a good track and really tight racing. Like, even if you were really strong in quali, like, kind of tricky to get away from guys, but fun track. And it was amazing having the sun come out just for the big final. It was pretty funny, like we couldn't see any of the entries into the negatives or much for the majority of the race, and then that time you could actually see what things looked like, and it actually made it a little bit tricky because it made you want to avoid the holes. But no, you know, huge shout out to the team and stuff. We've been working really hard. You know, these are kind of the trickier conditions that we've been struggling with as a team, but you know, the techs really showed up. We had a great day. Good to see Jared Schmidt in the top 8 as well. And Hannah Schmidt getting into her, you know, I think first big final of the year. So, you know, really awesome to see. And, you know, huge shout out to all the friends and family back home. We're really excited to get back to Craigleith and race on home soil.
Yeah, you looked absolutely unbeatable up there at the start. Very fast. You were talking about fast skis too. How many skis did you take here?
Oh, just the standard, you know, 2 race skis, 1 trainer and inspectors. But like, they've been working really hard trying to figure out those, you know, wet new snow conditions, and it's definitely starting to work. And no, I'm proud of the team.
Thank you so much and enjoy your victory. Congrats.
Thank you.
and gentlemen, welcome to the official award ceremony of the FIS Ski Cross World Cup 2026 in Montafon for Women's Ski Cross. Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zur offiziellen Siegerehrung beim FIS Ski Cross Weltcup 2026 in Montafon der Damen. In third place, representing Italy, auf Platz 3, aus Italien, Jole Galli! In second place, representing Germany, auf Platz 2, aus Deutschland, Dani Meyer! And in first place, your World Cup winner, representing Sweden, Platz 1, Weltcup-Sieg Montafon 2026 aus Schweden, Sandra Neslund! Die Preise werden überreicht von der Bürgermeisterin der Gemeinde St. Gallen, Beatrice Kuster, vom OK-Präsidenten Peter Marko und dem Moban des Skiclub Montafon, Thomas Ammann. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor the winner, we now hear the national anthem of Sweden. Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren der Siegerin hören wir nun die Nationalhymne von Schweden. Jole Galli, Dani Meyer und Sandra Neslund. für die Official Award Ceremony of the FIS Ski Cross World Cup 2026 in Montafon from men. Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zur offiziellen Siegerehrung beim FIS Ski Cross Weltcup 2026 in Montafon für die Herren. In third place, representing Switzerland, auf dem dritten Platz, aus der Schweiz, Alex Bieber. In second place, representing Italy, auf dem zweiten Platz, aus Italien, Simone De Romedi. And in first place, your World Cup winner, representing Canada. Auf Platz 1, Weltcup-Sieg 2026, Montafon aus Kanada, Reese Howden! Die Preise gibt's einmal mehr von der Bürgermeisterin, eine sehr talentierte Lisi Kuster, dem OK-Präsidenten Peter Marco. Und im Obmann des Skiclub Montafon, Thomas Ammann. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor the winner, we now hear the national anthem of Canada. Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren des Siegers hören wir nun die Nationalhymne von Kanada. Alex Bieber, Schweiz, Simone De Romedi, Italien, Reese Howden, Canada.
Me want no problem. Me try and be one of your man. All your girlfriend them I can't stand them. I just see them in a jam and pass them. I just pass them after I slam them. Cause from the jump is you who I want.
In Kürze präsentieren wir Ihnen noch die beiden Weltcup-Führenden, meine Damen und Herren. We will present you the World Cup leaders for women and men.
You are bad thing. You know say you are dying. Girl, come for it. Up on my road, come stay. Jenny, talk to me, Jenny. You make me go crazy. Now you can say yes. No, Jenny. Talk to me, Jenny. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. No, Jenny. Talk to me, Jenny. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. No, Jenny. Talk to me, Jenny. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. No. Me want no problem. Me try and be one of your man. All your girlfriend them I can't stand them. I just see them in a jam and pass them. I just pass them after I slam them. Cause from the jump is you who I want. I give them play cause I was just haunted. Y'all take my number and hit me in the morning. Stand for me. Girl, I'm on the line. Pull up on the key. Come through the night. You a bad thing. You know say you are dying. Girl, come for it. Up on my road,
Talk to me gently. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. No, no, no. Why do we fight and oppose all night in day? We should be making some love. Come right my way. If we keep on running forward, we'll get nowhere. God come let me hold you close. Run up one day. Talk to me gently. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. Talk to me gently. You make me go crazy. And now you can say yes. Talk to me
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present you the new World Cup leaders for women and men at the FIS Ski Cross World Cup 2026. Wir präsentieren Ihnen die beiden Weltcup-Führenden im Rahmen des FIS Ski Cross Weltcup 2026. On women's side, World Cup leader representing Sweden, Sandra Nestlund. On men's side, representing Canada, Reese Howden. Congratulations to Sandra Nestlund and Reese Howden. Now moving on to Canada and Sweden. Also die letzten beiden Stops zufälligerweise in Kanada für Reese Howden der Heimweltcup und für Sandra Nestlund dann das Weltcup-Finale zu Hause in Schweden. Wir sagen vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Dabeisein, meine Damen und Herren. Genießen Sie noch dieses tolle Wetter hier oben am Grasjoch. Am Sonntag geht es hier weiter um 11 Uhr mit der Entscheidung im Snowboard Cross. Am Samstag die Qualifikation dazu. So, proceeding with the program on this weekend, we have the Snowboard Cross coming up next with qualification.
This morning, there is no hesitation, only execution, fast decisions.